Day. This is another video, another lesson. Still the transatlantic slave trade. In the previous video, we talked about how the trade was organized from which continent, and those European countries that came to do trading activities in slave with the Africans. Now, when they say trade, you know, all the products that we use in, or the goods that we use in trading activities, they are coming from somewhere. So people are surprised. Still, I'm also surprised, not until I learn it, how they came about human being as a good to sell at market. This is what is known about sources of what? Slaves, where they get the slaves before they were able to sell them. Here we have what we call warfare. So anybody, you see, African continent was known with its instability before the coming of the European. That is what made it easier for the white men to colonize us. So during the war, everybody captured. Those days, especially when the slave trade was booming, were sold as slaves. Then another one is what we call raiding and kidnapping. There are some famous gangs. There were some famous gangs known as slave raiders. They storm villages and communities, take the young one, the strong one, men and women, the weaker, then they capture them like that, and then send them to what? To the white men and sold. That is what we call raiding and kidnapping. People who go to farm, those people will meet them on the farm, on the way to their farm or in the farm, then they arrest them out of nothing, then they sell you. Then another source is that we call something tributes. There are certain things, some of the chiefs or the kings that existed, they were very popular and famous and lovable. Some people will visit them and then they will bring along goods or gifts. So within these gifts, slaves were parts. So they pay tribute to the king, or they conquer a town. So those days, when they conquer your town, you will be part of those that conquer you, and then you become their what? Their vassals or their slaves. So to pay tribute, to pay something. So when you are working, you have to give something to your masters. So things, goods that obtained from those states, slaves too were parts. Then another source is what? Prisoners. During war, you see, in every war we have prisoners. So when they wage war, then they get people arrested, then they sell them as slaves. Another one is what we call pawning. Pawning just refers to what? Something of assurance. Something of assurance, like you want to take a loan from somewhere, then you have to assure the boss that no, I will surely pay, but if I don't pay this thing, you will take it, which will be equivalent of what? The money. So those that have been taking loan from other big men, when they are not able to pay, they come for either their children or relatives. This is what we call by what? Pawning. Then another source is what? Market supply. In Ghana, we have a lot of popular markets like Salaga and Paga, slave markets. They send them there. Somebody will wake up, Mr. Kwekumen will wake up one morning without dry gin or mirror or glove. Okay? When he is in need, he will just take one of his children or two of the children and send them to market. So there were markets that normally slaves are found in. Then we have what? Another source is what? African middlemen. The white men, they didn't know our language, so they can't come and bargain. So there were Africans that learned the white man language and were able to be what? An intermediate or coordinator, a link between the white men and then the other African who will come and bargain and then go and buy the slaves and bring them back to the white men and resell to the white men. This is how come we have what? A huge number of Africans that left the country to the Americans. Thank you and do your work and send it to me. When you log on the website, you will see works there to do. Thank you so much, and meet you in another video. Bye.